Hello and welcome back, everyone, to La-Mulana 2 Showcase on Rocket Rabbit Commentaries. And in this episode, we're exploring a brand new area for us, the Heaven's Labyrinth, which is actually based primarily on Greek mythology. It's difficult to tell right now, but yes, Heaven's Labyrinth is specifically the imprisoning area for the supercomputer Typhon. And yes, Typhon as in the Greek semi-Titan god thing, like the battle between the Greek gods and the Titans is a bit confusing when it comes to La-Mulana 2 specifically. But all we really need to know is that the two factions that are here are Typhon and his subordinates, and the Gyges, which are what effectively the older Greek gods. Also the third children. Yeah, it's the third children because they have wings. Hey, Hermes.
One of the sexiest angels we've seen so far.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's Olympians and Gyges. Yeah, Olympians and Gyges are the three, because the Olympians are the god NPCs, and the Gyges are the Titan monsters that we're going to be fighting. And Typhon, because Typhon is is a Gyges. Ouch. Ouch.
Trying to determine what. Oh boy. That was a close one.
Hey, Eros.
This dude is naked.
Yes, Eros is naked. Because he is the Greek god of I believe he's technically platonic love. No. Eros is specifically the Greek god,
sexual love.
Sexual love. Okay.
Because that's where the word erotic comes from, is eros.
Eventually, this is the area where we're going to get a returning key item from La-Mulana 1, the perfume. And then once we have the perfume, we will finally be able to deal with these damped blue skeletons. But until we have the pure perfume, we cannot deal with them. Hey, it's Mega Man!
Yeah, Mega Man. Mega Rock. Oh.
It's okay, we just gotta get inside the feet.
Within the belly of the beast. The chest has not yet been activated.
Also, there are
get the on switch for this. Not yet. Oh, okay. What a fucking hidden caverns?
No. That one was explicitly explained on this tablet in this room. So, come on. Hey, Orpheus.
I'm not as sexy as the other angels.
He is not, because Orpheus isn't actually supposed to be. In Orpheus's myth, he's not actually one of the Olympians. But now he is actually an Olympian, and if we were going for full completion, we would have to deal with the fact that he is in charge of the harp, and we have to go through. Hey, Baphomet. Bye, Baphomet.
Oh, you all are just catering to a wide variety of audience members.
Okay, so this is the primary gimmick about Heaven's Labyrinth. If we actually go read this tablet up here. The 5 rays of light are the origins of creation. What that means is that there are 5 different states to this particular background element that is here. And in order to interact with those states, we have to chant heaven in this room. How are you supposed to know to chant heaven in this room? There is a tablet in a different area that tells you to do so.
Let's go chill out at the spa for a second.
After we go buy some more weights. You will be spending somewhere between 20 and 30% of your coins on weights in this game.
Now how long has that item been hidden there?
Since the start of the game. The whole reason that we couldn't get it, though, was because you do actually have to have Feather in order to get that encyclopedia entry.
And what does this Elder Zelpud entry do?
It's part of the Ruins Encyclopedia. As I mentioned a little bit earlier, that each of the costumes has a different unlock condition, and one of the unlock conditions specifically is completing the Ruins Encyclopedia. So, yeah, that's what that is there for.
Don't you want to pose for the picture?
But because we have the mirror, we can also, well, not the mirror, but because we have the feather, we can go over here and pick up the bronze mirror from La-Mulana 1. The bronze mirror the bronze mirror is actually an entirely different key item in this game, and it is the center point of a puzzle that we will not be interacting with.
But we need not interact. I was gonna say the mirror. That sounds perfect because we're trying to cast lights on the heaven.
Hey, Set. Yeah, it's the Amon-Ra and the Ennead for the Egyptian pantheon.
What is a man but a lump of clay given consciousness? Dr. Wily's around here somewhere, goddammit.
Hey, Phobos fixed the other Ankh jewel that Samaranta found. Yay!
Now, with our newfound abilities, we will go back to areas we have forgotten about 10 hours ago.
Well, not 10, actually. But believe it or not, we actually only... we're only up to 4.5 hours at the moment.
Excite the angel and watch it shoot lightning.
And then use Mjolnir in order to direct that lightning into somewhere else. Waha. Welcome to the Dark Star Lord's Pyramid. This particular puzzle is one that we will get most of the way through solving, but not all the way through solving, sadly. Because although I have the ability to fully solve this one, I mistake what fully solving this one actually entails. So, yeah.
Boot up sector launch, activate. The Dark Lord's going to Mars.
Boot up sector launch is actually a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah. Use your feather.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, as annotations good mentions here, we're not actually going to solve all the rest of the Dark Star Lord puzzle Dark Star Lord Pyramid puzzles. Mostly because it's not that we don't have the ability to do it; it's because I really don't want to show off that much of the end game. Mostly because showing off most of the end game requires us to go in and out of an area that I don't want to even partially show off. So, yeah. Anyway, we're going back to the roots of Yggdrasil for a key item that is effectively broken. All right, we're coming up on a puzzle very specifically that. I'm talking to Philly here to show off that not every NPC has got changing dialogue depending on where how far into the game you are. Most of them do, but several of them do not. Philly never changes his dialogue. This is the Golden Rock puzzle. The Golden Rock puzzle has an unconfirmed puzzle solution. We don't know what it is.
What do you mean unconfirmed puzzle solution?
It is an unconfirmed puzzle solution. So, a bunch of the players that have actually gone through and beaten the game multiple times have attempted to ask Nigoro staff several times what is the actual solution to this fucking puzzle, because it straight up breaks every time anyone tries to do it. So what we're doing here specifically is we're setting it up so that we can solve it our way instead of the way that it is intended to be solved, because the way that it is intended to be solved we don't know.
That I find it hard to believe that in this day and age that people haven't already freaking taken this game apart piece by piece just to see what is inside.
We still don't know what the actual
assets.
solution to this puzzle was fucking supposed to be.
Well, if we don't know what the solution is, then how do we know when we solve it?
Because there are 3 different ways to break it.
As in it breaks the game?
No, although you usually get soft lock trying to do it correctly.
Okay, we move the golden rock.
So, what we surmise was supposed to happen here is we assume originally that this was going to be a Lamp of Time puzzle because you break the pillar, you use the Lamp of Time to freeze the golden rock in place, and then as it's falling, you go underneath it, use the platform that's underneath it in order to break open the wall, because if you have the correct sigil, then you get to see that it's glowing. There's a glowing spot behind there. The rock as it is falling is immune to the Lamp of Time, so we know that specifically is not the intended solution. The other solutions that we have all postulated very specifically use the fact that either the dagger attacks faster than it's supposed to thanks to the gauntlet, or the ring allows projectiles to go through the golden pillar when they're not supposed to.
It could be as long as 20 years before we solve the mystery of the golden rock in La-Mulana 2.
Yeah, it will be longer than that. The devs very specifically have absolutely refused to tell us what the fuck the intended solution for this puzzle is, and they have gone out of their way to make it so that no one knows what the intended solution is supposed to be at this point.
Until somebody actually stumbles on the solution. Because like many discoveries in video games that have long since been put away, made obsolete, and left on the shelf, that these things are discovered by people who weren't even expecting that there was a thing to be discovered.
Sometimes. La-Mulana and Nagoro in general are a bit too niche to actually have that kind of a community behind it. I mean, in order to actually solve La-Mulana 2 the correct way, you will require multiple different spreadsheets, specifically mapping out the conflicts and relationships between NPCs for literally every area, as well as multiple different screenshot folders in order to figure out what the hell the Dark Star-Lord's footprints are supposed to mean. That is a puzzle that we will be showing off because, I wanted to show off the Raw fight, and showing off the Raw fight means solving the Dark Star-Lord's footprints. This tablet mentions Amit, and that is the boss that we are going to go into fight. Well, not the boss, but the mini-boss that we are attempting to go and fight now. In order to spawn Amit, you need specifically to have the pyramid crystal and show it in this room. That is what that tablet was telling us.
Show us the crystal.
And bonk. Hey, Amit.
Yay.
Alright. Amnit is honestly one of the easier mini bosses to deal with if you actually have this the true silver shield. Mostly because you can wait for him to do his projectile attacks and then katana him to death by resetting your silver shield when it pops.
He's got a surprisingly large amount of health.
He does have a surprisingly large amount of health, and he also has got a giant amount of knockback tied to him too. This is because Amit is actually tied to effectively more endgame stuff. Yeah, despite the fact that we're not going to be showing off most of the endgame stuff, we are going to be showing off some of the endgame side bosses because we actually need to do them in order to show off some of the mid-game area guardians. It's actually kind of fucked up how the sequencing in the game ends up working.
That freaking stomp hit us for a lot of damage.
At this point, we given Amit's health bar and how much damage he's actually supposed to do, we are missing a key item that we were not going to be getting in the playthrough in order to do additional damage mitigation. But I highly suspect that mini-boss design for La-Mulana 2 at this point, very specifically, was, hey, you're going to lose to this guy. Use your first fight to figure out what his attack pattern is in order to actually, perform a perfect run on it. And I don't have to blame Dark Souls explicitly for this because it's not the first game to actually do that. But Dark Souls is the game that I choose to blame because it's the game that ended up popularizing that. Okay, By killing Amit, we successfully get the vessel, and the vessel has an in-game combat use that we will not actually be getting to show off in this game, because it unfortunately is tied to a puzzle that, although we could go solve at the very end of the playthrough, we are not going to, because it involves us solving a bunch of puzzles connected to it that we are not just able to solve, because we don't actually find the hints for them. Hey, Aminette.
More beautiful people.
Yes, she is scared of Ra, and for good reason, because Ra has already devoured two of the three gods that he needs to in order to chimerify himself. I actually like the Dark Star Lord's Mausoleum in general, but it does get a bit mazy with these stair segments.
I bet the Dark Star Lord loves listening to Devo, Europe, maybe Foreigner, other 80s band.
So that is, in fact, a Guardians of the Galaxy reference that you're attempting to make, yes?
Well, why? The Guardians of the Galaxy also rock out.
I mean, Star-Lord
White
does.
Snake. Oh, baby, it's a freaking light show.
All right, we have successfully moved Ra down to below the Dark Star Lord's Mausoleum. So we're gonna set us up for fighting this our next major mini boss for next time by using our totem pole in order to create a temporary warp point.
Jesus Christ, there is like 30 tombstones on this screen, and each of them says something.
Yes, they do, in fact. However, we will explain the Dark Star Lord's footprints in the next part. Be safe, everybody.